What is up, legends? We are back and we are back in HypeWatch. So if you're new to the HypeWatch, what we do every week, I do the video on Friday and you see it on Sunday, is we talk about the hype of the week and things that I think that you should take a look at. If you are into gaming, whether it be PC or mobile or console or FGC, we cover kind of like all of it. So getting right into it is literally what should be the hype of the week, but it's in the PC side of the reviewing, and it's Enshrouded. This is coming out on January 24th, and you can get into early access now if you wish, but this game is going to be big. This game is definitely going to be big. I played it a lot, testing, and gave my opinion and everything else like that. This game is going to be big, and it's going to be cool as far as playing it with people. Like I can't stress enough how much fun this game is going to be, like when you're like with your friends, or if you have a significant other and you just want to go into a game world that's kind of like Skyrim with better graphics and have like a whole fully fledged like skill system. You can build things up, as you can see, hunting. You can even build structures. Like you can build a whole city if you want to build a whole city. Yeah, like that's very much viable. Or build a castle, want to build a city, have it like and have NPCs in it, running it, and all that type of stuff. You could do that and take over the world if you wish. Travel through things. Like it has a really cool type of nighttime type of cycle where things get more dangerous and you have to figure out things, put skills together. Like a lot of bosses, it kind of feels a little bit like Dark Souls as well, even though it's not Dark Souls. It kind of feels like it a lot at times with bosses and how you have to actually handle things. And yeah, it's definitely a really cool game. I know I'm talking about it a long time, but I definitely want to put the emphasis on this game. Next up is Nevermore, another game that's actually going to be hype when it actually comes out. We got a chance to check this out a little bit as well. Stay tuned for this one because I'll probably have something up for it on the channel, but this is going to be another big one to hop in and just pretty much have fun with. Next up, we have Miwa. Now, Miwa is a little bit retro, but sometimes retro is kind of cool because like, oh no, well, you're not going to hear that anyway, but it's a platformer. It's a fantasy game where you basically can travel through things and find out problems and try to solve the problems, and just basically kind of have an adventure. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Metroidvania, as you guys can see, but it's a little bit more on the adventure side than kind of like a Metroidvania, but definitely one of those games where it's going to be really lit and something that you can hop into. So Android side now, we have a game called Gravity Shooter. Obviously, like I just can't play all these games. Get off the screen. I can't play all these games, but they have a place in the industry, and a lot of stuff is like a little bit on the cloney side. I like game clones, but this seems a little bit different, so I wanted to just put it up here so you guys can actually see it. Next up is After Magic, a roguelike RPG. Another roguelike, as you guys can see. It's up to you if you want to, mess around with the roguelikes, but they're pretty cool when it comes to that. So, yeah. So what you guys see, he looks like Conan a little bit. Next up is Lucifer Idol. I don't know why they would want to name a game like that, but it's another one of those idle type of field games. I have to take a little bit something back. I thought this wasn't that big, like the other type of things are fine. But this particular idol right here is a subgenre, and it makes a lot of money. So I have to actually take that back. I thought it wasn't making a lot of money, but these actually, it's the combination of all of them, not any one specific, because you're never going to see any of these in the top 100 in grossing. They just don't make money like that. They're literally designed to make like 100 to 300,000 and go away. That's what they're designed, but they cost like maybe $20 to make, which is, when you think about it, you spend some time, like maybe a month making it, and spend like $20-$30, get like some licensed music that you can actually use in it and stuff like that, and then you make 100,000 for $20. That's why you keep seeing stuff like this. So yeah. Mythic Summon, which is another one up here. for you guys to actually kind of like take a look at. This probably would cost a little bit more to actually make. It has a little chibi characters, which is actually not that hard to draw this. Not that I could draw it that well to begin with, but it's not actually that hard to make graphics like this. So maybe 100, 200, something like that. Put it all together and then get the UI together and everything else once you learn how to do it. We have a section in Discord if you want to join Discord. There's literally 4 game design now. That is going to be a lot of stuff. I have people posting stuff in there so you guys can see like kind of like where things go and how it actually works. It's going to be cool. Next up is Second World New Era. I actually remember the first one for this. So this is kind of like a city builder / PvP / have fun, that type of game. So hop into it if you wish. Next up is Heroes Awakening. This game is funny because they got a bunch of voice acting. A bunch. Like, I was actually a little bit shocked with all of that. Not something that we're pretty much going to cover on the channel because a lot of it, including some of the FX stuff, flags on YouTube. So even if I wanted to, I can't do it. So it's unfortunate. But as you can see, this one popped up around December 31st, and you can hop into this one if you wish to actually check that out as well. Next up is Neon Guardian, another one of the. Can you actually show it? Thank you. Another one of those is hopping. MSI, go away. MSI, get off the screen. No free ads. Here you go. Might be a little bit fun if you're into that type of stuff. Next up, we have Devil Tales. You guys can see right here. Devil Tales is pre-registered. Right now, you can hop in on that one. It's going to be kind of cool because I remember actually messing around with this a little bit test, and obviously it has a very distinctive kind of look. They definitely went low budget on it, but it might be a lot of fun just to mess around with, run around the world. It reminds me, what was that game called? Devil Book? Remember Devil Book? Devil Book was actually kind of cool. Didn't last very long, but it was kind of cool. So yeah. Next up, we have Royal Guardians, another one. You see tower defense type of feel, but it's one of those mob type of tower defenses where it's a lot, where it's not just like strategic stuff like this. You got to handle a whole bunch of enemies at the same time and make the right choices or you get overran. I actually enjoy those a little bit more than the other type of tower defense games because it's more exciting and less boring. So maybe I just don't like the boring stuff. Maybe that's a thing. Next up on tap side before we get to the hype is Abyss Knights right here. You can actually check out the trailer right here. Might be something for you guys to hop in. Free ad might be something to hop in for you guys to actually mess around with. Looks like it's going to be cool, and it's on Unreal. Any game that's on Unreal usually does well because Unreal is just better for Android programming. Unity is easier, but Unreal does better. I know that kind of sounds weird, but you'll understand in the future when you start to see the Unreal games start to come out. And they're just made better for the platform. And last but certainly not least is Wanderers, which is the hype of the week. No, I don't want to do any of your newsletter stuff. This is going to be cool because for one is Epic 7's devs with the Stove, or publisher rather. Is going to be on PC and mobile, so that's going to satisfy both realms. If you don't have a strong PC or a PC in general or a laptop in general, you can play it on mobile. And it's going to be fun. I'm hoping that it's going to have a lot of co-op for us to just run around with. It seems like it will be. Got some swag and some characters. And obviously, they're going to just put some characters out there just for us to just mess around with and just have some fun with. It's going to be one of those games where it's going to have a lot of interaction, a lot of co-op interaction. So I'm definitely looking forward to that aspect of it. And definitely my hype this is the pre-download right now. This is the SEA downloads, not global. So just keep that in mind. And if you want the file, I'll have the file right here on APK combo. So yeah. So with that said, my I guess I can actually do this too. Let's not have the sound. I'll talk to you real quick. Now, I did a video, you guys remember, grossing on the top grossing games, and some people got upset because obviously I didn't say, the industry is in a good place. It's not. It's just not. You guys all see that. And China is making it worse, as I previous talked to you guys before, and previous HypeWatch with how they're dealing with it, and it got even worse after that video. Like, their stock bottom out. Like, mad games can't come out because China won't let them come out, which affects what happens to global, because obviously they're not going to have money to actually come out global. So we lost even more games on the global side, and so did China too, obviously, because they can't come out. They have to redo stuff to go along the lines. You saw a lot of that, like when I showed you the example of what happened with Dislight. Hoyoverse rather had to change a lot of Genshin and Star Rail stuff and Honkai stuff as well. And a lot of other companies had to fall in line with things like that too. And I think a lot of hopium and copium is going on. And like I was saying in the Discord, I'm not here to lie to you guys and give you false hope about stuff. If I know specifically something, I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to give you the receipts. I'm not just going to tell you and not give you the receipts like I did the last HypeWatch. Like, I gave you the link and showed you what's going on. And like I do previously, I don't just say stuff and not have receipts behind it. So dudes is like, well, how do you know, and everything else like that. Like, dude, let me tell y'all, I sit in Discords with game devs. Like, I don't talk about it all the time, but actual game devs for big companies. Like, it's not like, they don't want to be bothered. They sit in my Discord. They actually sit in my Discord and actually talk. I have game devs of games that I actually cover that sit in my Discord, and I sit in their Discords, and I sit in game dev Discords. And so a lot of things I can't actually tell y'all, but I know already. And I try to give you hints along the way and then lead you towards the information so people don't end up wasting a lot of money. Because one of the things that's happened recently in the past 2 years is that you can't be cash backing. You can't do stuff like that hardly anymore, because that affects your credit now. Banks are taking a long look at stuff like that right now. So if you go into games and say, "The game sucked, I want my money back," you may get away with it once or twice, but you know what happens? Your account gets flagged. So once you get to that third or fourth time, you now become a liability to a bank, because now they got bank transactions and everything else like that, and you start to notice that you start getting declines for stuff like that. And you start, let me see, anything cool here? Nothing cool here. I'm looking at this. Let's run it back though. You start getting it just starts affecting your credit, starts affecting your bank, and some banks will even drop you if they figure out that you're abusing the system that way. It wasn't always like that. Back in the day, you used to be able to just go to game and just keep doing it until it become an industry-wide thing, banking what people were actually doing. So you just don't want to be wasting your time like that and messing with your credit. There's no reason to mess with your credit like that. It sucks that things are like that, but that's the reality of the situation. They got abused too much. The same thing kind of like with the whole copy YouTubing until YouTube nerfed it. Was kind of hurt everybody nerfing it, which is why I kind of like always am a stickler for stuff like that. Copy YouTubing, view botting, all that type of stuff. Because what happens is YouTube nerfs that stuff, and then it messes up everybody. It just messes up everybody. Like, we just historically make less money on YouTube now than what we used to because of those things, which I've been critical of for the whole time, because I knew that was what was going to happen. They're not going to just strictly ban one person, because they'll just come back on a different YouTube. They'll ban the entire process and screw up everybody that goes along with it. The same thing kind of happened with, you remember back in the day with all the IRL girls, where they would just make like one video and be hype, and then go on vacation for a whole goddamn week, and then do a video on the vacation, and then go on vacation again. YouTube was like, F that, and they nerfed all of that. Now you can't do stuff like that anymore. used to be able to make 3-4 videos a week and make bank on YouTube until they started doing stuff like that and they nerfed everything. Now you have to consistently make content all the time like it's actually a job. YouTube was such a better place 5 years ago when people weren't exploiting and abusing stuff like actually morons. like and even then we were all saying back then, creators like, bro, like y'all can't keep doing this, and they just kept doing this, and it was strictly the IRL girls who were doing it. It wasn't anybody else. It was just the IRL girls doing that, and got it effed up for everybody. Now it's at the point on YouTube right now, as far as with everything along with gaming, if you do not show up between 5 to 10 videos a week, you are not making money. You like it's literally that's how it is right now. And anybody who does show up like that and they have just ridiculous numbers out of nowhere, they're cheating. Basically, it's 100% they're cheating, unless they have the social media to actually back it. Like if they have a big ass social media, like they got like 100,000 people on Twitter and like, you know, Instagram and stuff like that. They got a big Twitch or stuff like that. If you are just on YouTube and you don't have the social media to back that up, 100% you're cheating. 100%, because YouTube doesn't work like that anymore. Like, and it sticks out like a sore thumb right now. Like you just sit there with these bloated numbers and places that shouldn't be, especially when it comes to mobile. Mobile doesn't have that much traffic to begin with, so you literally doing 400% of mobile's actual traffic. The entire bracket don't do that traffic, but you do. Like, you see the problem with that? Like, when I say stuff like that, people get mad. Like, I got a lot of people mad saying stuff like that because I'm telling the secret. I'm the magician showing you how the trick works. Basically, dudes got mad. And I get a lot of DMs, like, you know, dudes like, and because other people, they think they're their friends. Like, I know everybody who talks junk and everybody who's mad that I've said stuff like that, and because it exposes the cheating behind it, and it exposes like how bad things are. And the reason why I'm saying that is because people got mad and made a post and saying like, well, like, why is Scion like disparaging the Android community and making and like kind of like fear mongering? I'm like, I'm not fear mongering you. I'm telling you the damn truth. Like, if you don't want to understand it, you want to go into games and wail $2,000, $3,000 on games that probably won't last a month, you go ahead. But don't act like nobody didn't tell you. That's what I'm doing at the end of the day. I'm telling you. I'm literally saying that majority of the games that come out, 99% of them are not designed to last longer than a month. I'm just telling you that right now. That's what they're designed for. 99%. And I'm not exaggerating that number. That is the way that the market is right now. Stuff is not going to last. It's not built to last. It's built for you to come in and get hype and have fun for that month. And they will do everything they can in that month to get y'all to spend $20 to $30 million if they can. And then slowly dwindle the game out. That is what 99% of these games are made for. Mobile. Console PC is a different story. Mobile, that's what these games are actually made for. So just putting it out there, letting you guys know. You guys see, generally it's been happening for 3 years now that the games don't last a month. Every single game that we have gotten that's not a Hoyo game right now, or a game that's been out for a while, their hype lasts a month and they're done. So when people say that, like, well, where is he getting from? Like, I don't understand. Like, what have you been doing the past 3 or 4 years? Have you not paid attention? Like you see what happened? Classic example with this game. Right now, with this game, how long was this game hype? It hasn't even gotten a month yet, and it's already died out. Or what about this game? It's been a month, and you hardly see anybody talking about it. Like, you have people who do well, obviously, YouTubers and everything else like that. A few of them is questionable. Like, it actually, a few of them questionable as far as how well they're doing, because it does not make any sense, because the entire bracket for this, including the money that this game makes, doesn't match the amount of views that it's getting. This game is made about 4 million, was it, or something like that? So you tell me a 4 million gross game and you're getting views the same as Honkai Star Rail and Genshin and maybe like Dragon Ball? No, absolutely not. This is the type of stuff I try to educate you guys so you guys can understand where the cheating is coming from, so we can just stop the cheating, because it's just costing everybody money. Not just me, everybody, every single person that does a video, it costs everybody money, stuff like that. That's my problem with it. I don't care what other people do until it affects everybody, including myself. That's when I have a problem with it. Same thing goes with the industry right now. I don't care what anybody else does, but when the industry itself is faltering and I see a way to actually help and, kind of enlighten you guys and help you understand a little bit of what's going on as far as where you can actually put reliance and money, and where you could actually have some fun in, which is literally what HypeWatch is about. They show you the hype games and get you just have fun and play games and like understand what's the good, what's the bad, and all that type of stuff. That's the whole point of HypeWatch, which is why it ended up to the point where people tried to buy me out for HypeWatch, basically to try to do what I'm doing. But for the most part, if I can't do it myself, I don't, whatever. So now the thing is that companies want me to mention them on HypeWatch, which I get paid for. That's why HypeWatch is always sponsored now. That is I get sponsored to actually mention and stuff. And I have to actually put that, say this video is sponsored, which there's HypeWatch usually said this, and this video contains paid advertising, like the usual thing that pops up and that type of stuff. That's kind of what HypeWatch is. And I appreciate that, because it's all you guys who allow me to do that type of stuff, and allow me to get the industry rep to be trusted enough that companies just want me to just mention their stuff. And just to let you guys know, majority of the time when they do that, like I wish I could show you my email. I can't, because there's a lot of redacted stuff in there. I would have to like block out so much stuff. But I get requests for a lot of stuff. Most of it be idle, sadly. But only the really cool stuff I accept. I sometimes I even had somebody offer me like free food for like a year to like, which is weird. I'm like, no, like I'm not covering this. Like I'm sure there'll be somebody else to cover it. I thought that it was really strange. Like they just straight up gave me like, I think it was Factor. They gave me Factor meal. Like tried to give me Factor meals for an entire year, which I was like, no. I don't even like their food, but it was funny. But that's all I got for you guys. Look out for this one. Definitely, it's gonna be fun. You'll be able to play with characters, as like I said, play with people, and that's all I got for you guys. And be very, very careful with how you spend your money. That's what I really want to reiterate at the end of the day. Be super careful how you spend your money, because, like I said, 99% of these games are not meant to last. So just be aware of that when you're just going into things going forward. I will catch you guys next video. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. Come hang out in the Discord if you wish. And we just kind of like have fun in there. It's casual. See you soon.